everyone to Hacktober Sunday. For the first time in history, collaborative event with SLIIT and University of Sabaragamuwa. And you all know this is month of October that is special for taking yes. I think you already aware about this is Hacktoberfest month. Then what is this Hacktoberfest? It is a month-long celebration of open source software run by DigitalOcean in partnership with Intel and Dell. Not only that, you can win thanks also. And this is not only for professionals, this is open to everyone in our global community. Today we have more about this event. We have Gitlab experts, Isuru Abewardhana, software engineer at Hamlet, Dilun De Silva, software engineer at Picnic Engineering, Chamut Shehanka, trainee software engineer at Platformer, Ahmad Sapnaj, trainee software engineer at Virtusa, and Amila Gunaratna, former trainee software engineer at Center for Research and Development, Ministry of Defense. So to continue this event, I would like to invite them.
Thank you, Ashadi. Very happy to see more than 150 participants, even though it is Sunday evening. I just want to make sure that all our GitHub campus experts are in the call. So, Shafnaj?
I'm here.
Yeah. Dilu?
Yes, audible.
Okay.
Shall we give the same icebreaker session we had for the previous event?
Yeah, I think still some of, I think still the participant count is increasing. We can give them another 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Dilum, we can do the icebreaker session. No.
Yeah, okay. It's not a big deal actually. What we have planned is like if there's any volunteers who can jump, unmute the mic and introduce yourself, maybe your name and the university name. We just want to see who's breaking the audience first, because in Sri Lankan nature it's very rare the people wait until another person is talking. So we want to see who's taking the challenge and who's going to introduce yourself by unmuting the mic. Anyone?
Excuse me. Hello.
Yeah.
My name is Gitlab Rabasara, and
Hi.
I'm from Sri Lanka Technology Campus.
Okay, cool. Nice to have you. Anyone else? Mali, have you ever participated in Hacktoberfest, or this is your first time?
No, this is first time.
Okay, cool. Anyone? We have one person. Now I think people should talk.
Hello, I'm from Eastern University. I'm Tarusha.
Okay. So you also, this is the first time, right? For you also?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Just go ahead, Mata. Like, just introduce yourself. That's what we want. Nothing else.
Hello, I'm Amila Silva from Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka.
Okay. Hi, Amila. Anyone else? Any experienced people, like people who have participated in Hacktoberfest before this time? I mean, before 2020?
Hello, I am Oshadi Ranatunga from SLIIT.
Hi, Oshadi.
Hello.
Hi, I am Ishan. I am from University of Sabaragamuwa.
Okay. Hi, Ishan. Do we have anyone else? Who have participated at Hacktoberfest before this year?
Or anyone who have contributed to open source before?
Summer of Code students, GCI mentors, maybe GCI students.
Okay, that's fine.
It's 178.
Yeah, it's cool. But we are expecting 200, right?
Okay, guys, like this event is more sort of an interactive event. We don't want to be like it to be a like lecture where we talking and you all listening. So if you have any questions at any point, just raise your like. I think there's a raise hand option in Zoom. I don't remember. If not, just unmute the mic and wait for the silence and shoot your question. So other than that, we have a chat option in Zoom. So make sure you keep your eye on chat as well, because in the chat we will be publishing relevant maybe more resourceful resources and links. So I just published one link that is just about Hacktoberfest, and if you are taking part in Hacktoberfest, don't just go ahead and do simple readme changes, like, right? Don't do just simple stuff. You can try out one of these like organizations and the repos where it has been listed under Hacktoberfest swag list. So there are a lot of swag that you can win in addition to the just t-shirt from Hacktoberfest. I mean DigitalOcean. Uh, yeah, just check the chat as well. So guys, are we starting or what? Are we?
Yeah, it's 6:15 almost. So let's get started, right?
Yeah. Do we have Chamod in the call?
Chamod?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Okay, until that, let me introduce the team of campus experts or the GitHub campus experts. So we just, I think we have almost five people, no? No, we have six now. So to represent Sri Lanka as student contributors and people who closely work with GitHub education, to represent Sri Lanka for GitHub and for open source events. So what basically we are doing is like organizing events and taking part in other conferences representing Sri Lanka, as well as uh, uh, helping the community and making sure that community is strong and healthy. So I myself is Dilum Disilla from I studied at Informatic Institute of Technology, graduated from University of Westminster, and currently working at Pickney as a software engineer. So our first GitHub campus expert is Isuru. So I'll pass the chance to Isuru to introduce himself. Isuru?
I'm Isuru Abeyawardena. I'm currently working at Hamlet, Singapore. I actually graduated from Sabaragamuwa University at 2018. I'm the first GitHub campus expert, but there's no such a ranking. This is just number.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I'm giving you a number at the end after everyone introduce the. So
look over to you.
Do we have Padmal on the phone? Like Padmal?
No.
Okay, if Padmal is not there, Padmal is our second campus expert, like from Morato University. He graduated from Morato University. At the moment, he is following his PhD at Scotland, if I'm not mistaken, right, Isuru? Yes, he's in Scotland
Finland.
or Switzerland? Finland, sorry, I forgot. Yes, Finland. So then we have in the row, we have Chamod, the third GitHub campus expert. Chamod, are you on the phone?
Hi, my name is Samod. I'm from SLIIT, and I'm for GitHub campus expert, and also I'm a Microsoft Learning Student Ambassador. What you?
Yes. Okay. So in the line, we have fifth campus expert, that means Safnad. So Safnad.
I am Safnad from SLIIT. So I'm the fifth campus expert from Sri Lanka.
Okay. Then the sixth one is Amila. Do we have Amila on the phone or?
Yeah.
Amila? Yes, Amila.
Hi, I'm Amila. I'm from CIS Sabaragamuwa. So I was a former trainee software engineer at ERD Ministry of Defense. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. So cool. So you saw that we only have 6 people, right? But if we take a country like India or any other country, we have hundreds, 200s of campus experts who's getting support from GitHub for their conference participations, conference registration, so many things to organize events, even from the funds to sponsorships to help from the experts in the industry to job opportunities. Lot of vacancies and lot of opportunities out there when you're a GitHub campus expert. So why we introduced ourselves as first one, second one, third one, and Amila is the sixth one, because we wanted you to have that in your mind, because we only have 6 campus experts at the moment in Sri Lanka. So that's a very sad thing in a way, because even though the opportunities are out there, we have very quite small number of people who's grabbing that opportunity at the moment. So please Google what is GitHub Campus Expert Program, search for GitHub Education, and try how to join. If you are not clear with how to join for this particular program or the ambassadorship or the country representation as a GitHub Campus Expert, please contact us, any of us. So we are inviting as the very first thing in the event, we are inviting all of you to join this amazing program and grab all these opportunities, because it's out there for you as a student to claim, not for the people when you get old and when you become a senior software engineer or architect or any other system administrator. Like when you are when you are representing yourself as a student only, you can claim this stuff. So once you become one, it's up to you. It's there on your CV, it looks good, and you have some recognition from the industry. So yeah, give it a try. Not only GitHub Campus Expert, there are a lot of ambassadorships which is closely relevant to this open source culture and open source stuff. So yes, I'll hand over the chance to Safnaj Samod to carry on with the event related stuff.
Safnaj, can you try to share the screen? Okay, nice.
Here we go. And one more thing, guys, don't be shy. If you just want to go live and show your face, it's up to you. Just show your face, because when we are in international conferences or international events, most of the people used to turn on the webcam and show their face. But in Sri Lanka, we have harina. Don't take it like that. If you are okay with showing your face or your environment, that's okay. Just go ahead and turn on the video camera. Why I can't turn on my video camera is my battery percentage is very low, low level, since I'm facing a power cut. We can see Isuru. I don't see any other.
Is my screen visible, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we have Safnaz as well. Safnaz, beautiful background. I know it's a
GitHub office actually.
Okay, you can start.
So
Welcome
please talk,
everyone.
otherwise this session will be a boring one.
Yeah. So welcome guys to this HacktoberSunday organized by SLIIT FOSS community, collaborative with Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. So we're actually happy on this collaboration. I think this is the first time that state university and non-state university getting collaborated. So it actually shows our unity when it comes to community stuff. So today we will be celebrating this Hacktoberfest competition, and at least we will be making at least 2 pull requests to any open source projects. We have plenty of open source projects in our organization, so we will show them. So before dive into this, I would like to know how many of you participated on this event before. You can answer on the chat box. Okay, in our registration form, we could see that most of the guys are from first year and second year. So this session is planned to go with a very beginner friendly. So to get started with these open source contributions, open source competitions, you need to familiar with these 2 technologies, Git and GitHub. So when it comes to open source, GitHub is there definitely, and you will get to know about these tools today. So I'm covering this topic from very beginner friendly. So if you have any questions, you can ask without any hesitations. because we are not here to do the lecturers here. So make sure you clear your questions at the end of this event. So before going to this event deeper, let me introduce myself first. I am Safnaj and I'm a final year undergraduate at SLIIT. So I am a 5th campus expert from Sri Lanka. I am working as a trainee software engineer at Virtusa. So here I have listed my social links. If you want to get connected with me or if you have any questions, you can reach me out. So let me remind the hashtags for the today's event. So since it's an online event, if you are tweeting about this event or if you are putting an Instagram story, make sure to use these hashtags. So we will be pick one of the Facebook post or tweet, and we will give some stickers for you. Because when it comes to GitHub's event, we never forget to give a lot of swags to the participants. So since it's an online event, we are trying our best to give some stickers for you. So you can take the snap of this or you can keep it remind. So actually who we are, you could see in our speaker profile that we all are campus experts. And actually who are the campus experts? So we are the group of 6 people who got selected for this amazing program called GitHub Campus Experts. So we formed a community called GitHub Community Sri Lanka to organize these kind of events and hosting GitHub's parties here. So it's all about to help students. So here we have listed down our social links of our community. So get connected with any platform that you prefer. Actually, we need more campus expert to our country. Like we have only 6 campus expert as Dilum said. So we encourage you everyone to go ahead and apply for this program. So what is Hacktoberfest and why? So Hacktoberfest is a month-long celebration of open source software where contributors get some prizes and recognitions for their contributions. So during this month, open source contributors will contribute more to others' projects. And give me a minute. So it's an annual event organized by DigitalOcean. They are the one who actually initiated this, and every year they are collaborating with some other companies. And last year GitHub was there, but this year Intel and Dev is there. So during this October month, you have to register. You have to go this site. Like you can see this URL. So you have to register to this site, and you have to make 4 pull requests to other projects available in GitHub to win this limited edition t-shirt. So what does it mean by limited edition t-shirt here? Can anyone answer?
Safnaj, also if you can show that GitHub tags link which I posted in the chat after this, maybe after this
yeah,
slide.
I have it. So what is meant by limited edition is here. It is actually limited for the first 70,000 people who are making a valid pull request during this month. So it's not for the everyone who are wait until the October 30 or 29. So it won't work sometime. So it's based on the first come first serve. So still we are not late. We have enough time to hack the Oktoberfest. So you can think like all these contributions and all these for pull request are only just for a t-shirt. So any other benefits that we can get through this? Guys, we have to speak up. So we are not old or we are not lecturers. We like your friends. So don't hesitate to ask questions.
No questions. That means no one wants to win those gifts we have, no, Safnaj?
Seems. If you shy to speak out, you can even put in the chat box. Okay, let's move. So it's not all for a t-shirt. So this is the quote I always believe: open source, open doors. So to be an open source contributor, you will get a lot of advantages and you will get a lot of opportunities. So it's actually open doors for many ways to you. So let's see what are the benefits of being an open source contributor. You expand your skill set. Like when you start to contribute to open source projects, you will get familiar with these two tools like Git and GitHub. So when you started, and if you go further, you will heard about a lot of tools, technologies, programming languages. So it's actually uh, will help you to expand your skill set, and it's good for your career actually. Yes, when it comes to industry, so industry people needs like who are the self learners. So let's say if you are apply for an internship and you have mentioned that you are familiar with these version controlling stuff, so definitely your profile will be highlighted there. And in my company at Virtusa, they in my project they were using like a tool called SPN for version controlling. So when they're planning to move to JIT, so I did the JIT session at my company. So it's a great opportunity, and definitely your profile and your person you will be highlighted at your companies, and you will start building a network. So if you are contributing to someone else's project, you don't know who is the guy. He may be from US or he may be from Australia. So you will get a connection, you will get a lot of networks. So like a couple of weeks ago, I found a bug on Flutter framework for iOS 14. So I reported that bug on Flutter framework in GitHub. So some of the Flutter staff assisted me, and we like become a friends. So these opportunities also there, and you will learn new things that you never knew. So by exploring repositories in GitHub, you can actually learn some new technologies. So there is a technology called JavaFX, which is used to build desktop applications. So when I was in second year, I learned that technology from GitHub repositories, not from YouTube videos or Udemy. And job opportunities. So on this point, people get confused. So open source, it's free and open. So how we get job opportunities? So um, even though it is free and open source, there is an engineering team working behind this. So they need good contributors to their engineering team. Like there's a person who is working in Angular team right now. He is Minko. So he started his contributions when Angular JS released. So when it's moved to Angular 4, he got hired by Google headquarters, and now he's working for Angular team. So that's how you get job opportunities, and your contributions will impact thousands of people. So when it's come to IT, it's all about helping each other, right? So let's take VLC Media Player for example. It's open sourced. More than 15,000 contributors are there. So they all together worked to produce this kind of powerful tool. So we everyone use, right? Whatever the media type it will play. So it's not possible with like set of 5 people or 10 people. A lot of people have to gather to build these kind of powerful tools. And final point is overseas travel opportunities. So how many of you heard about Google I/O? You should answer these, because we are in Sri Lanka. We are celebrating that event in a huge festival, right? How many
We are
of
the
you
one
know?
who celebrate the biggest event.
How many of you have Google I/O T-shirts from Dialog or Mobitel? Answers, please.
Seems our audience is very quiet, no? Like we have to pinpoint. I mean, like we did in the school, where the teacher comes and point you and ask you to give the answer.
Let's pick one, right?
Yeah.
If there are any volunteers, if one person answered, that's fine. Simple question: how many of you have Google I/O T-shirt, like 2018 and 2017? Else, how many of you heard about that list?
Samika, no one. eh, do you have?
If you are first year, you might not have that one, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
you are in the most luckiest year in the century.
So Google I/O is a biggest tech event happening in US, and it will be hosted in every countries all around the world. So Google invites developers from their technology like Google Technologies, Angular, Flutter, Google Cloud. So if you are a good contributor or top contributor for that particular technology, you will be invited by Google to attend their Google I/O in USA. So this year, we three campus experts got opportunity to attend a summit called FOSS in Singapore, but because of this Corona, that is went as a dream. So what you need to do to win this Hacktoberfest? First thing that you have to register for the Hacktoberfest competition. You have to navigate to the site called hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com. You have to sign in with your GitHub profile there, and you have to make 4 valid pull requests between October 1st and 31st. So this year something different. You had to, like, in this meme you can understand something. So in 90s, Bill Gates said that people will do amazing thing after 30 years. But some people, you can notice that who is the guy in that meme. So some people will add some their names in random readme files to win this Hacktoberfest t-shirts. But it won't work this time because it's 2020. So I enjoy memes, and meme is like a way of communication. So in this meme, I simply try to explain the rules of this competition this year. So if you are just a README file contributor, like when I was, the same thing I did when I was in first year. So if you are planning to add your names on your friends' repositories and planning to win these t-shirts, it won't happen. So this time Hacktoberfest team have some different plans to avoid this kind of things. So there should be a Hacktoberfest accepted label by the repo owner. It should be added to your pull request in order to count it as a valid pull request. So by participating in this Hacktoberfest, which is organized by DigitalOcean, you can win 1 t-shirt and like 5 to 6 stickers. So, but you can win a lot of swags. So still, if you want more swags, um, remember this URL, like already Dilum shared this in the chat box. But let me show you. So this is the sorry, this is the site actually. My screen visible, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Samad, yes. We saw your WhatsApp as well.
Okay. So in this site, they have categorized from A to Z what are the other repositories available to contribute. So you can see like a lot of repositories and there are rules to win more swags. So let's say uh, this Lake FS, um, the requirement is you have to send them like a valid pull request and it should be merged. So you can win t-shirts and stickers from this particular company. Likewise, JetBrains there and a lot of repositories available. So you have these opportunities as well. Like last year, I saw a tweet from an Indian guy who won more than 10 or 12 t-shirts and a lot of even hardware accessories as well. He won headphones, USBs. So give a try if you have enough time. And version control system is a mandatory uh, technology and a technique that you need to be familiar to start your open source journey. So what is version control system? So this is the definition that I found from Google, and it's a bit hard to understand for the beginners. So my mate Dilum came up with these own code like full local history of changes made. So it is kind of understandable, right? So if you are working on a project and whatever the changes you made to that project, it will be recorded. So why we need version control system? So the first point is history. So when in our academic projects, like uh, as a developer, we used to familiar with some errors, right? One day our project will be work fine, and one day it will throw some errors. That happens even for the senior developer. So when you are planning to go back to a particular working version, so what you can do, there is one option, like you can undo, but how many times you can undo? It's not possible. So by using this version control system, so it will track your history and it will store all the history as snapshots. So let's say if I want to go back to my project before 3 days, it's possible with this version control system. And you can see who worked on what and who modified which line. So you can't say that kind of excuses like this is not modified by me, this is done by this guy. So that kind of excuses you can't say, because everything visible in version control system. And the second important point is backup. So we students, we used to say this lies to our academic stuffs, right? My hard disk got crashed, my PC got repaired. So it is acceptable in our university life, but when it comes to industry, you can't say these type of excuses, because it's a paid project and you will be fired by your company. So by using version control system, it will have always backup of your project. And the final important thing is collaboration. So how you guys do your academic projects, I mean group projects? I'm expecting answer for this, at least. Is there anything in the chat box? I couldn't see that actually.
There's nothing called bad answers.
Yes.
We count all the answers as answers.
Actually, there's no not accepting answers. Like we accept anything. Sahan just messaged me a couple of minutes back. So Sahan, do you have any answer for this?
You can even unmute and answer, because we are not all the guy. I am still a student, and Isuruvaya and Dilum just got passed out. So we are kind of same age group people. So don't hesitate, don't shy, speak out.
Okay. Safnat, some of the people haven't heard the question. Can you repeat it again?
How do you guys do your academic group projects? Like how do you collaborate with that project?
Hello, I'm Sahan. Sometimes I use Trello for collaboration purposes, and for the storage purposes, I use GitHub. And for this year, for university group project activities, I use a GitHub organization and made a repository and do my stuff.
Okay, that's cool. You at least you're familiar with GitHub. And okay, let me tell my story. Like when I was in first year, uh, we had to do a group project, and we could do that. We could finish that group project within 3 days, because we were familiar, we were good at the technology. And it took me like more than 5 days to integrate that project as a completed one project. So what you guys will be doing in first year is like you will be develop your allocated feature in your PC, and you will be hand over that via your USB or G drive to the group leader. So group leader has to suffer the day before the presentations. That's happens, right? So that's happened to me also. Then during my second year, Isuraya came to SLIIT and give awareness about these Git and GitHub. So my second year and third year are awesome. So if there are multiple developers has to work on one project, so it's not possible with G drive or like USB sharing. So you have to host that project somewhere else, and you have to work concurrently. So VCS is allows that for you.
We have a nice answer in the chat box. COVID-19 taught me how to use Git and GitHub.
So there are 3 types of version control system. So let's see what are those. So this is the first version control system that was came to this topic. So local VCS. Here the problem with this, it's fully run locally. You can go back to any versions from you have your source code history, and but the problem is you can't work with multiple developers. So that is the biggest disadvantage on this system. And the second one is centralized version control system. It allows you to work with multiple developers, and you will have your source code history as well. But the problem is your entire source code history will be stored in the main server. So we can't even believe servers as true. So if something happened to the server, you will lose your entire source code history. You will be having your projects in your PC, but you can't go back to that particular working versions. And finally, the distributed version control system came to the picture. So it fixes all the problems in existing system. So it have a main server repository and a local repository. So you can work with multiple developers, and as well as your source code history will be saved in your local PC and as well as in the main server. So you don't need to connect it to the internet all the time. You just need the connectivity to do your push and pull operations. So Git. Let's see what is Git. Git is a tool where you need to install on your local PC. How many of you installed? We have mentioned that in our prerequisites, as well as we have mentioned in our invite mail as well. So if you forgot to install, go ahead to the search Git for Windows or Git for Linux and download and install. Okay, fine. So Git is a distributed version control system. As we see, what is distributed version control system? So it's track all of our source code modifications as snapshots. So this is the one who capturing your source code modifications. It's very lightweight and fast. Like even if you press a space on your source code, it will be tracked. And of course, it is free and open source. So you can use Git for very small projects and large projects. It doesn't matter. It will handle everything with speed and efficiency. So there are 3 stages in Git. So one is working directory, which means your local folder, which is available on your PC, and staging area, which the files are ready to be uploaded to your main server, that is called staging area, and the repository, which is the one you created in GitHub or GitLabs. So this diagram can be explained more how Git works. So let's say there are 2 developers, developer A and developer B. So if you are initiated your main project in the remote repository, so both developers are cloning that project and working on their PC. So let's say developer A is working on a login feature. So once he done, he can push to that remote repository. So the developer B can pull the latest changes. So the login feature will be available in developer B's PC as well. So this is the main topic in Git system, Git branches. Let's see. So branching means like it's like a kind of real world example like we have in our life. Trees have branches, right? Your project will be a main project, and you get a copy of your main project without messing the main project by, let's say, a lot of people are working together and everyone working on different feature. So if everyone updating their changes, you will get some conflicts. So to avoid that, we create separate branches to separate our workflow. So you can use branches for a particular feature development or bug fixes or a particular version release and more. So in this image, you can understand about branches more. It's by default, when you create your project in GitHub or in your local PC, by default, there will be a branch called master. Now it's renamed to main. So mainline is the one created by default. So let's say if you want to develop a feature, you get the actual copy from the master and develop that particular feature. Once the feature is done and it is working fine, if it is tested, you can send a request to merge that with the main release. So that's how the Git branches works. Any questions on this? If you have any questions on Git branches, you can ask.
So, friends, did we share the Git cheat sheet link with them?
Jamot, did you?
Not yet. Let me share.
Okay.
Okay, I guess no questions. So the process in Git is simple. Like once you initiated your project from your local PC or once you clone your project from GitHub, there are just 3 simple steps. You have to add your changes and put a message in using git commit command, and then git push. It will be uploaded to your main server repository. So let's see what is GitHub. So GitHub is an online platform that hosts repositories along with their corresponding Git history. So GitHub is the one where you host your project and it will store your the source code history as well. So any new developer added to that repo, he can get the project and he can go back to any particular versions. So GitHub lets you and others work together on same projects. And it was acquired by Microsoft in 2018 for 7.5 billion. So now GitHub is a subsidiary of Microsoft and it hosts over 100 million repositories. So GitHub is the #1 developer platform on the planet. So you could see like JetBrains, Kubernetes, Angular, Docker. These are very famous technologies and tools. So they are using GitHub for their production, and GitHub has more than 40 million developers and more than 100 million private and public repositories. So GitHub is being the king of this repository platform among all other brands. So I see GitHub as an ecosystem for developers. So it's not only a repo hosting provider. Now you can host static websites in GitHub. So what is the feature called for static web hosting? If anyone know, you can answer. There is a name for that service, static web hosting in GitHub.
GitHub pages.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting answer now after going into my slides. So yes, now you can host static web hosting. Let's say it could be a project documentation, React documentation, and Angular documentation also hosted in.
Sometimes we got a question. Someone is asking, what is the difference between GitHub and GitLab?
So, like both are repository hosting providers, like different.
And also Bitbucket.
Yeah, Bitbucket is there, and one more brand, I don't remember that. So, same service provided by different companies, just brand names. So the second point is project management. So one guy said that he was using a Trello for his project management, and you can do that in GitHub as well. GitHub have projects and you can create some cards like to do, in progress, what you have done. So you can manage your projects from GitHub easily. And container image hosting, it was introduced a month ago. It's a very new feature. Like now you can post the Docker images in GitHub as well. Previously we have to upload our Docker images to Docker Hub. Now GitHub also supports Docker images. And package registry management. So let's say if you are a node developer and you are publishing npm packages, so you can manage your npm package from GitHub and you can directly push to npm. And now npm also a subdivision of GitHub, right? So it's easier. And GitHub actions for CI/CD. So after the acquisition of Microsoft, GitHub is more closer into clouds. So let's say you are working on an Angular project. So you have to deploy that into a cloud platform. So what you have to do is you have to build that Angular application, right, using a command. There are same process for React applications and Node applications. So you can automate that process by using GitHub Actions. You have to write a workflow, what the process has to do. And let's say if you push that new changes to that repository, GitHub Actions will automatically build your Angular applications and will be deployed to the cloud provider that you configured. And the final point is testing and security. So GitHub is even more powerful when it comes to security. So let's say if you have multiple npm packages, and if some packages got outdated, GitHub will be automatically send you that latest updates as a pull request. So it is it's considered our securities as well. So these
Also,
are
Swapna, there can be people who work with machine learning, artificial intelligence. They can have their IPython notebooks, any notebook, basically deep learning notebooks,
yeah
hosted in GitHub, and they can directly connected them with Google Colabs, AWS. What do you call AWS AI related SageMaker and all that. So it's easier now.
yeah So GitHub terms, these are the main terms when you go to GitHub. So we will be see this in a demo in Chamoth session. So any questions, guys, so far? So we will be moving to demo time. So if you have any questions on this theoretical, you can ask now. Any questions?
Even you can put it in the chat if you are shy to talk.
Okay. Was I that much of clear? Seems no questions.
I think we can start the demo.
Okay. If you have questions, put in the chat box or reach me personally. We are here to help you.
Yeah, especially you need to talk when you are doing the demo, because we don't know who missed the last part or who missed this particular commit or the command or anything. So when you are doing the demo, make sure that you raise questions. If you are not clear with the previous step, yeah, just ask.
Yeah, there's an advertisement from our campus. So there's a annual competitions called CodeFest. So it's open for all the universities, and there's a school categories as well. So there are plenty of competitions like hackathon, designathon, algothon, datathon. So the prize amount is like a big amount, like you can win up to 1.5 lakhs. So go to this site if you are interested in. So go to this site and register, and every details explain more on this site. So thank you guys, and you can reach me out via my social links, and let's see all these in action. I am over to you, Chamon. Chamon?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, let me have my screen first. Is my screen visible?
Yeah. Yeah, we can see
Also,
you.
guys, if you are not clear with the font size, so if you have any issues with the font size of Samoth's terminal or anything, just ping. Yes, Shamoth, we can see your screen.
Is covered about Git and GitHub theoretical part. Today I'm going to cover about practical of Git and GitHub. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Samoth, and I'm from SLIIT. and also I'm a fourth GitHub campus expert. Apart from that, I'm a part of the 17 tech communities. So Safnaj already mentioned that when you are going to use Git, you need to install it. So I think everyone has installed it, right? Is there anyone who couldn't install the Git? Search install Git in download Git in Google and download it from here. And also I have already shared the GitHub cheat sheet. So you can also refer it. So once you have installed Git, you can open Git bash or command prompt. So let me open my terminal. Hope my font size is visible. It's right.
Yes. Clear. It's clear.
Okay. So, and
Samut,
also,
since you have space, if you can resize the terminal a little bit and increase the font size, that would be great. I don't know whether people who's if there are people who has connected with phones, so then for them as well.
How about this?
Yes. Yes, now it's clear. Now it's visible. Even for a phone. Okay, good.
Okay, and also you need to create an account in GitHub. Go to github.com and sign up. Once you have done, come back to the Git so the terminal or whatever the command from. Then you need to configure the Git terminal. So you need to execute a certain set of commands. First one is git config. So you need to provide global flag if you are going to use this username for globally.
Chamod, can you repeat the repeat what you said previously again, because there was little lag. The audio was breaking.
Okay. So once you have created a GitHub account, you need to configure your Git terminal. To do that, you need to run certain set of. Sorry.
Crosstalk, I guess.
Okay. You need to execute this command. First one is git config -- global user.name and the username. So my GitHub username is capital S Shahankar. Actually, you can refer the GitHub cheat sheet when you are going to execute it. So then the second command is configure the email. It configs -- global user.email. Enter your email which you use to create a GitHub account. So my one is this. Okay, that's all. So after that, let's say you have a software project you are currently working in. So I don't have one. So let me create something for demonstrate. From that location, open your git bash or command prompt.
So guys, if you are using Windows, you can see like git bash here when you right click on your desktop or any locations.
Yeah.
So once
Let
installed,
me
it will be shown.
show git bash UI. Git bash. Actually, it's same as the terminal. So currently my project folder is empty. So let me create a text file. I have created a text file in my folder, and so this is just a folder. Now we need to make this as a git repository. So do that. We need to execute command called git init. Once we executed this command, this will initiate this folder as a git repository. So after that, Safraj also mentioned that Git system has something called commits. Commits means the snapshot of our project file. So to take the snapshot of in our project, you need to execute command called git add, and and also provide also you need to provide the file name. So let me run it. Git add. So if you have multiple files, and you can execute dot command, and then you need to commit it. Commit means actually it's save the snapshot with the specific message. Git commit. Now you need to provide the commit message here. Usually commit message start with capital letter. Let me add it as a initial commit. Okay. Now we have one commit in our repository. So this is it in my computer. In Safnaj session, he talked about the collaboration because I want to share this code with my other members. So that I need to host this repository in somewhere else. That means a cloud or somewhere. So that you need to go to your GitHub and create a remote repository here. You can create it from top right corner. Click this plus button and click on new repository. In here, you need to enter the repository name. I'm gonna name HacktoberSunday, and then you need to create click on create repository button. Okay, now we have remote repository in GitHub, local repository in my PC. But problem is my local repository doesn't aware about a remote repository. So we need to link them. So that we need to run another command called add origin. Set up the remote URL. Git remote add origin. You can copy the repository URL from here. Just click this button and paste it here. Okay, now our local repository aware about remote repository. So, but we need to publish our code into the remote repository, that means the GitHub cloud. So that we need to run command called push. Push means pushing our source file into the remote. So let me run it. Git push. In here, also you need to provide the base branch. Now it's not master, it's main. Let me refresh the web page. Okay, you can see the example text file in the remote repository as well. So the collaboration part. So let's say I want to add Safnaj as a collaborator of this project. So do that. Go to settings in this tab.
Jamud, sorry for the interruption. Anyone have any unclear points up to this?
Yeah, you can raise your voice or ask it on the message box.
Yeah, the
I
steps
think you should have questions because the audio was breaking time to time. If you didn't hear anything, just shoot your question. Any doubts, questions?
Sorry guys, my internet connection is very fast.
Dialogue.
Yeah, future today.
So far, he have showed that how you upload, like push your local projects to GitHub. So if you have any unclear points, Please ask here. Can we create repository for GitHub using CMD terminal?
That's not possible.
With GitHub CLI?
In GitHub CLI. So was that the question? So I think it's possible with GitHub CLI.
In normal terminal or the Windows command prompt, we can't. We have to always create it from the GitHub web flow portal and come back and create a GitHub repository in our local folder or the local PC, and we have to link it. Or else in GitHub CLI, there's option.
Yeah, Turaj, clear?
Just search for GitHub CLI, Masa. Whoever has that question.
Can someone drop the link?
He's asking about normal CMD, I think.
Okay. If you want to use normal CMD with Git, you need to add the what it called. Actually, it's like the setting of the Java path in Windows PCs. You need to add the path to the path variable.
Yeah, once you configure, everything will be work in CMD, even Git terminal as well.
So let me continue this. So go to the settings, and in setting there's a thing called manage access. Okay. In here, you can invite your team members. So let me add Safraj. So in this box, you need to enter their email or their GitHub username. I will add Isuru as well.
Okay.
And Dilum, yeah. Dilum. Same as we did before. Safraj, can you share your screen and show the email you got from the GitHub?
Yeah. So can you make me a host?
Okay. Now you can share.
Yes. My screen visible?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's visible.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So once the repository owner invited you to their repository, you will get an invite mail. So here you have to accept that invitation to work with that project. So once you accepted, now you can work on this project. So Chamod already added the file, a text file. So let me add another file. Let me clone this to my projects and add another file and then commit. So I have to clone the project and using this command.
Also, you can use GitHub CLI to clone it.
Yeah. So I have copied this link, repo link, and let me open my terminal. So git clone and then the URL. So I have that project in my PC now. So you can see it here, HacktoberSunday. So once you clone this, you have to go into that project folder, HacktoberSunday. So let me create another file, .txt. Oh, I have added another file.
Can you add text as well?
Sorry?
Add something in the text file.
Okay. So as usual, hello world. So I have added a new file, right? So I have to push it to the GitHub repo. So before that, I have to add that file. Let me add all files in that project and commit message, new file added. Now here you can see like one file change, two insertions, and the file name as well. It will show if you have any deleted any files. So now I can directly push my changes to the GitHub. So it's done. So let me go back to the GitHub repo and refresh the page. Now you can see the file I have added with this commit message. So this is how you can work with multiple developers on a single project. So Chamod, you can.
Okay. Make me a host. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
So now let's talk about forks. When you don't have direct access to the repository or you want to contribute to open source repository such as the Hacktoberfest, so you need to fork it. Actually, fork allow you to do the changes without affecting the original repo. So that I need to find the repository first.
So guys, why we do forking is, let's say as Chamod added me as a collaborator. So if you added as a collaborator, then only you can modify that project. Let's say if you want to contribute to someone else's project, so where you are not a collaborator, so you have to fork that project to your account. Then you can do the modifications and you can send a pull request to the original project. That's how the forks work. If you have any doubts or questions, you can ask.
Let's say I want to contribute to this project. So you need to click on this fork button. Just click it. When you click fork, it will create a copy in your profile. So I need to do some changes. Should I do? I just I just
Someone
hit
can
the
do
readme.
modifications so that they can understand, like algorithm collections by GitHub community.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
So
do
I
as
need to.
always do.
Or else you all can use the my first PR repository.
My first PR. I have already forked it. That's why I chose this.
Sorry, Dilum. Did you say anything?
Yes, Mas. I said we can use my first PR repository,
PR.
even though some of us forked it, show the same steps. It asks for the same things. When you fork it again, it basically pop up the same screens.
Yeah.
And you have to select the profile.
So let me fork it.
Pending
So the people who are in the audience, now you know what are the steps to make a commit and how to change, how to commit a change and how to push it to GitHub. So try to fork this repository and try to follow Samod what he is doing at the moment, and try to make your first PR to this particular repository. Then it will there with you the experience.
I will share the link as well. This is the link. Okay, in here I'm going to do a modification in README file. Let me add Dilum's name. Okay, and actually, guys, you can even commit from GitHub also, GitHub website also. So in here, you need to provide commit message. I think it's from here.
So he have shared the URL of this repo in the chat box. You can follow the same step. It would be fine. You will get one minute PR today.
Once you have done the change, go to pull request tab and click on new pull request button. Hope you all can see an arrow here. This means this this repository going to merge with this. That's this arrow indicates that. So click on create pull request. Okay, we have some conflicts. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to show you how to resolve conflict. So when you are going to resolve conflict, click on this resolve conflict button. Actually, conflicts happen when you have edited the same line of code in same time. So
let's say one of your collaborator have pushed some changes, and you also change the same lines of the code. When the Git engine confused, it creates a conflict to show you that okay, these lines have changed, but it can't understand which one it needs to connect. That is how the conflicts are made.
So in here, this is the center of conflict, and to resolve the conflict, delete this. What is called? I can't remember the name. Sorry, can you remember the name of these lines?
Sorry, what? Come again?
Name of these. There's some name for these lines. Conflicts, right?
No, I can't remember.
Okay. To resolve this, delete these lines. Change your code as you wanted. Once everything is done, click on mark as resolved and then commit the merge. After that, owner can review these changes and merge it. Currently, I'm also a owner of this repository, so I can merge it directly.
Okay, I think we can also create PRs, right?
And also that I want to share this news with you. Yeah. Let's see how many people have created PRs in this repository. We got few.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So yeah, let's merge this PR and mark. Okay, conflict again. Safna, can you merge this PR?
Now? So guys, try to fork that repo and do some modifications. So then only you will get the idea how to contribute to someone else's project. So we will be merging your reviewing and merging your pull request.
Yeah.
You do the same steps as he do. If you have any questions or if you have any difficulties at any point, you can ask here. we want at least 20 pull requests since 170 participants are here.
No, we don't have that label. Yeah. Currently in our repository, we don't have Hacktoberfest accepted label. Let me create it.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a PR for Nabo there. Now there. So to mark this as a valid PR in Hacktoberfest, I need to add Hacktoberfest accepted label. And I'm going to merge it now. Now we all see his name in this readme file, readme markdown file. And also I note that last Hacktoberfest, we let participants to the complete Hacktoberfest in our event, but this time it's not possible because Hacktoberfest rules has changed. So you need to find your own repositories, open source repositories, and start contributing. Let me share one of these. One of the repositories you can find. Platform where I am working right now. They have open source some repositories, and actually they have put some challenges for you guys. You can go to their organization and fork repositories and complete the challenge and send a pull request. I will add the URL in the chat box.
So Jamud, are we getting any price tags for?
Platform is going to give some awesome sets, platformer t-shirt and platformer stickers for you guys, and also maybe you can, if you could complete a good project, you can get even Amazon gift vouchers.
That's good.
If you want to contribute more, you can go to our GitHub expert organization, and we have some open source repository where you can contribute. And we have open repository called React.js boilerplate. Actually, it's a boilerplate code where you can clone it and start developing your project. I think this is a wonderful idea from Dilum. Dilum, can you share your can you share the idea of this? Why did we create this?
TS boilerplates. Dilum, are you with us? I think.
Hello. Yes.
Said that he was on the power cut.
This is regarding the boilerplates, right?
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
we have Node file script boilerplate. Let me create another repository for Flutter.
Okay. Basically, if I'm audible, Isuru, I'm audible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what boilerplate does is like usually when we come to
you can
industries.
you can explain that. Yeah.
Okay, I think some more than myself had a little bit like bit in between. So okay, so what boilerplate does is like like when we start a project, it can be a Node project, it can be a Flutter project, or else it can be Java JWT project which has the connection with the Java and Java as a backend and Spring Boot plus some MySQL or SQL DB. So when we are creating these kind of stuff at organization level, let's say at Google, at PicMe, at Hamlet, anywhere, like enterprise level organization, what they do is they have these boilerplates. So they are not going to create and set up the project from the very beginner level. What they do is when they start with a project, they have this boilerplate. They get a clone from the boilerplate, and from that point onwards, they will develop and implement the project related stuff. So that's the main purpose of boilerplate is it's a reusable template for a kind of a project. Let's say, in your startup or in any startup, you are always using Angular as a front end, Java and Spring Boot as a backend, or else React as a front end and Golang and the GCP as your backend. So in that case, what we do is normally we make a boilerplate with the Angular front end and the backend with a very simple build script to build the entire project. So it can be it just when you run the project, it just give you a hello world. It can be a hello world on the terminal, but you don't have to set up the project. Like you have to make sure that dependencies are matching with the everything, and you have to make sure that the database link is there, database connection has been created. So to reduce the effort that we are putting on something like that, what we have done is we have created something called boilerplates. So if you are familiar with any language, and if you came across to some kind of a scenario where you reuse this particular language collection, as I told, Angular as a front end, Node as a backend, Angular as a front end, and again Java as the backend. Likewise, you can suggest it to us if you want to see any other boilerplates in our repository, or else you can create a boilerplate in your GitHub account and let us know that you have this awesome boilerplate where you want to publish it to more like a huge audience. So the boilerplates are there for you to simply clone the boilerplate and go ahead with your implementation without worrying about setting up, configuring the dependencies and all that. Yes, Samod. Isru, did I make sense, or do I need to explain it?
Yeah, awesome.
It's clear.
Currently, we have created a Go API boilerplate and also Angular, Flutter, React with TypeScript, and Node.js. So, have anyone heard about Octocats? I can't see the chat.
No.
Yeah, there is a person.
No.
No, it's not that one.
So you can make your actually Octocats means you have got a sticker from GitHub, these are AutoCADs. Even you can create your own AutoCAD, make your own AutoCAD and post it on social media by tagging us. And don't forget to include hashtag as well. Go to myautocad.com. Let me share the URL with you. And click on get started. We are doing this because in our previous workshop, usually we distribute AutoCAD stickers for you, but this time we cannot do it. So that's why we ask you to create your own AutoCAD and post it on social media. Here you can edit.
But somehow we can do something like this. We can ask them to send us a PR to one of our repositories. So the first 10 people we can post. A swag pack maybe.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So now only we are announcing if you can be in the first 10 people who are sending us a PR within this week or the next couple of weeks, coming weeks. So we will be getting a kind of a swag pack. In the comment area, we will be asking for your postal address in the PR comment area.
Yeah. So any questions?
So you all understood everything or you all understood nothing?
Nothing.
Which end you all are in?
Pleasure that we have still 157 participants. Up to 100 we have. So is everyone got clear? Or and one more.
The last session we had only about 120 participants. The participant count also high in this session.
Yeah.
Like
anyone who already made a PR for any of our repositories? Anyone is here? Like during the session by following Samo, did anyone made a PR to any of the repositories?
We got few Dilumai for our
okay.
my first
Can we
PR.
ask for the names, Samo, so we can get the postal address in the chat area itself?
Okay.
You can drop a comment. Show them where they need to put in the PR description. And Samo, can you show you the names? Like if you can show the name, so we can ask them to go ahead and drop a comment with their postal address. So we can post the slides to them.
Already I have closed one of PR.
Okay, so yeah, you can tag him and ask for the. You just say the names because he should be in the audience. Definitely.
His name is Navodaya Gitlab.
Okay, Navodaya. So Navodaya Gitlab, if you are in the audience, please drop here your postal address as a comment in the PR that you made for one of our repositories. Others?
Are you in the audience?
Okay, so we are only considering the pull requests that have been placed and made for GitHub community Sri Lanka repositories. Okay, not for any other.
Yeah.
just to motivate you all to getting started with this thing, because now we are not in a physical touch, because when we have physical events, what we do is we know usually ask the audience to put a PR, and we announce their names, and we distribute flags in the physical event itself. So but here we can't do something like that, but to make sure that you all keeping the spirit, we can post the flags to you all.
These are the new rules for the Hacktoberfest event. You need to submit PR in month of October, and the repository should be a public repository, and PR should labeled as Hacktoberfest accepted by a maintainer, or you need to submit the pull request to repo with. Okay. Now am I audible?
Yes, now we can hear.
Okay, let me share the Hacktoberfest rules this year. To be a valid PR, your PR should be submitted in October month and to a public repository, and it should be labeled as Hacktoberfest accepted by a maintainer, or you need to submit a PR to a repository which has Hacktoberfest topic. So,
and one more point that I need to highlight is, let's say if you have any issues or bugs in your project that is available on GitHub, you can simply add a label on Hacktoberfest and your technology. So the pull request seekers, like the Hacktoberfest seekers, will found your issues in GitHub search, and they can help you to fix your issue. Like in our GitHub community site, we have like 4 issues with our contact form and some layout issues. So we have created an issue in our repository and added the Hacktoberfest labels. Now the 4 issues got resolved. We don't know who the people contributed from the outside world. One guy from England, and people contributed to our site. Same as you can fix some problems in your project if you have any, by adding. Chamath, can you show that how to create an issue in any projects and adding labels? It can be university projects as well.
Okay.
There's a question. Participant asking a hashtag in chat. Can you please post it?
Yeah.
Let me share. Hashtag. So let's say I want to, I found an issue in this repository. Let's say it's a bug or typo or something, or even you can implement something. So go to issue section. It's still loading. Okay, then click on new issue. And here you need to enter the issue title. Let me name it as a sample issue. And in the comment section, specify the issue you found in repository. Let's say I could. I found some issues in this repo. Blah blah blah, and submit it. Also, you can mention you can fix this issue. Then maintainer will ask maintainer will get aware about this. And that's all, folks. And if you want to find
Also
me,
one more thing,
okay.
Chamat. Like guys, when you make the PR, make sure in the PR description you properly put something about your contribution. Let's say if you change a font color, or if you are suggesting a new font in your contribution, or if you fix a bug, make sure you tag the issue if there's an issue, like Samut showed, like hashtag and the issue number, and make sure that you put a proper description, like I have changed this thing, I have changed this particular dependency, I have done this particular part. So the maintainer can easily have an idea what your contribution is before he jump into the code and review it. So yeah. Samut, Safnaz, over to you.
Yeah, we have plenty of repo available in GitHub community organization in GitHub and our SLIIT FOSS organization, and as well as Sabaragamuwa Computer Science Society. So you explore all the repositories and find the one that you can do contribution. So you can find a exact repository that the technology that you are familiar with. So go ahead and do your contributions.
Okay, let me share the let me share our post community repository as well. We have opened some repos for you. Oh, my internet is super fast. I will wind up my session. Sapna, you can share our post community repositories. So that's all, folks, and thank you. If you want to find me, you can follow my handle or you can visit my website. Sapna, over to you.
Give me the host privilege.
Okay. Sapna, can you check?
Yeah. My screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Swapnath, one more point, if you can just elaborate on GitHub Universe online event, that would be great. I saw the banner on your GitHub main web page.
Am I audible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, Sapna, yeah. Can you show a sample real issue?
Can you hear me?
That's it. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think you can't hear us.
Hello, Soft Night. Can you hear me?
I think he can't hear us.
Okay. Okay. He's facing some issue with his microphone. Dilum, can we share some thoughts about Google Summer of Code while he's fixing his microphone?
Yes. Okay, guys. So, why, we had the question from the initial stage, right? Why we are becoming an open source contributor? What is the purpose of becoming an open source contributor rather than just having it as a fancy term? So, basically, open source contribution adds more things to your university life as well as even after that. So, Google Summer of Code, as you shared, it's one of the opportunities that you can grab as an open source contributor, where Google is hosting a program called Summer of Code, because even though we don't have that climate changes like from period to period, for most of the other countries they have this summer vacation. So most of the schools are giving that vacation and they call it summer. So you know that, right? So in the summer Google is organizing something, and if they are hosting something called Google Summer of Code, you can just Google it and see. So what's the purpose of that is encouraging more students towards open source contributions and to become open source, to deal with the open source mindset, where we can help others by fixing issues, by contributing, by letting know what we know. So Summer of Code is not just a program, it gives you a stipend. Stipend is basically kind of a salary or a payment just after the Summer of Code from Sri Lankan rupees. After working for 3 months, you can earn 500,000, 550,000. That means almost 5 lakhs and 50,000. So I would say, like for me as a Summer of Code student, always Isru was there having my back to help me. You have to do this Summer of Code because it's awesome thing. You can network with a lot of people. Once you are done with Summer of Code, you'll be recognized as a very good student at university life. Like your university life will be recognized in the industry as well. So ISRU is my main motivation when I was because I heard the Summer of Code and all that thing, and I got the motivation from him. So I think ISRU has a better idea more than me regarding the Summer of Code. Other than the payment and just the recognition as a Summer of Code student, he has taken part in a lot of other things as well. ISRU GCI, why don't you explain GCI and other post Asia, and how did you get
Yeah, I participated in this Google Summer of Code when I was in my final year. I participated, I contributed to the organization called FOSS Asia. It's a Singapore-based organization. Actually, to be honest, it opened me hundreds of new opportunities. That's why I'm always motivating people to contribute uh, to open source. Guys, give me 1 minute.
Yeah, so until Isuru is back, Summer of Code, just Google it. It's a very famous thing. There you can find a lot of organizations are hosting their repositories. It's a similar competition to Hacktoberfest. You are not only getting a T-shirt, but you are getting 550,000 instead. So give it a try, because that's one of the, I would say, one of the most reputed programs in the open source world. So having 5 lakhs and 50,000, maybe you can buy iPhone 12 and you can even buy the latest MacBook or anything, right? So
Yeah.
whatever in your dreams, as a student, you can start a startup. Yes.
Yeah. Also, when I was contributing to Google Summer of Code, I saw a lot of students, Sri Lankan students, making mistakes. They are lacking. They are lagging behind because they don't have enough understanding about the Git and GitHub and how it works. So that's why even uh, when I was in fourth year, we did some sessions, university sessions, to share our knowledge about Git and GitHub. So guys, there, folks, this is Git is a must. You have to know. So even even after this Hacktoberfest is end, uh, try it out, use it in your group projects, uh, and try to contribute some open source projects, and it will be very uh, if you add it in your CV, it will be very uh, what we say, uh, very good point. Yeah, Safnaj.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah.
What I supposed to show you guys is our post community page. github.com/slit-foss is our organization URL. So there are plenty of repositories available you to
Yes, sir.
contribute. So there's a repo called bash away where you can write some shell scripts, and our SLIIT-foss website is building using Angular framework. So if you are good at Angular, you can start contribution. So we
Sometimes
have
show issues and PRs as well. We just
exactly.
show demo ones.
Yeah. So currently we have like 5 issues in the website. So we had to develop a curve design for our navbar. So is there any one good at UI UX or very good at Bootstrap? So you can have a look at in these issues. And almost we have projects in all the languages and frameworks. So if you are a developer,
Just a suggestion. Even though you are not an expert in any other language, just you can try it out because no one is going to guess the PR. It's not at that level. The maintainer will drop you a comment. So that's
yeah.
it like that.
So don't worry if
Safnaj,
no one accepted it. So
can you show a merge PR? We have reviewed.
okay. So the website we have
Currently, we have ongoing 2 pull requests.
yeah, these pull requests are merged from outside developers. Like uh, each and small features are developed and sent as a PR. So we have separate theme and navbar footer added. So let's say this PR is created by me, and we have a good description what we have added, and Chamok got reviewed. So this is how the PR merged. So you can have a look at our FOSS community as well as our GitHub organization if you want to contribute, if you want to find a good project. So we are there to add you this Hacktoberfest label, but make sure you have to have a valid contribution. So that's all from my end. And we have a Miller session on GitHub student developer pack. So Amila,
Yeah,
wait, let me make you the host. Now you can share your screen.
thank you, Safnaj.
your screen.
Hello all, I am Amirabi from PI Sabaragamuwa, and I am still an undergraduate in the department, and I'm also a GitHub campus expert, and also a former trainee software engineer at Center for Research and Development, Ministry of Defense, and also a Hacktober ambassador at UNDP Sri Lanka. So, first of all, can I know, are there any participants who are excluding Sabaragamuwa and SLIIT or just an icebreak? Can you please, because you are not from Sabaragamuwa, can you, one of you, introduce yourself? Rajirata, or yeah. Come on. Okay.
We got one from UCSC.
And also from Japura.
Jaffna.
Jaffna. So can you please, one of you, introduce yourself? So
I'm the university.
Yeah, since we have done 2 hour plus session without any microphone on from participant.
Yeah, we could see KDU, Peradeniya from our registration list. So there are a lot of other universities as well.
One volunteering.
We actually appreciate you are interested on to participate on these kind of events.
Yes, yeah. Actually, last week we had a session on NSDM. The participant count was a little bit lower than this one, but they have a good at their mic, no?
They were interactive, right?
There were only NSB students at that event.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are more. Okay.
I think
yeah, we will continue. Yeah. So let's start. So you all know about no, you all are not know about not knowing about the student developer pack. That's why we are doing this. So why student developer pack? So as you all are student, you have you need some tools and courses for your studies, and most of the tools are paid ones. Advanced tools are paid ones, and you must sustain in the industry. So GitHub is a collaborative platform, and it helps the students in every hand. So GitHub offers student a pack called student developer, which is a very valuable one. So that's why you must claim student developer pack, because we have noticed that Sri Lankan community and students are not claiming this opportunity as expected, because it was totally free. Yeah, it's basic idea about the GitHub student developer pack. So it offers students free access to some basic developer tools and training. I have a spelling mistake. Sorry for that. And yeah, as examples, so You can take a name, cheap domain name, which cost personally $10, and also you can get a student package on Unity if you are a game developer. So these are some examples, only examples. So there are categories in the GitHub developer packs. I have mentioned that game development, maintenance infrastructure, and API learn consists of the courses and mobile developer tools, which developer tools contains tools like IDEs, which cost more than $10, and domain name, design tools such as Canva, and cloud tools such as AWS, Azure, and also they support project management, not only developers, project management, and also startups, and so through marketing and other things, the productivity, you can accept your business or your industry by developers. So as some examples for developer tools, here I have mentioned JetBrains and GitHub, Bootstrap Studio. Bootstrap Studio is a powerful tool that lines assets. GitHub means that you can access GitHub private GitHub Pro account free. So there are many advantages of it, and also Heroku, Microsoft Azure, and also Canva, which is a developer tool, a design tool. Sorry, design tool. This presentation also done in with Canva. So I can show you. Yeah. You can see my browser, right?
Sorry, what, Amla?
Can you see my browser, education.github.com?
No, we are still seeing your presentation.
Wait a minute. You can see now, right?
Yes.
So you can go to education.github.com and see the relevant categories. So if you choose learn, you can get courses like in educative content master. So they are mentioning the benefit of if you are claim for this, get free month for 60 plus courses covering in demand topics like web development, Python, Java, and machine learning. So all these are paid ones. So these companies maintain partnership with GitHub because of these students like you, and they are giving some offers for you totally free. And if I am going to productivity, so there are tools which measures efficiency and day-to-day work. Yeah, see this that automate daily stand-up follow-up, retrospective service, and feedback. So that's it. And also cloud tool, Microsoft Azure. So there are many tools. So you can go to GitHub education.github.com and get your patch. So the basic need of this is so I will share the eligibility. So GitHub mentions the 4 criteria of eligibility for claiming this offer. You must at least 13 plus age. So I think all of you are 13 plus, and you must have a valid student identification card, which is offered by the university, and you must enroll in a degree or diploma. And the one thing is you must have a school issued email address. So I think in our university, Sabaragamuwa University, they are giving us student email addresses. So can I know from other universities, are you have any student email addresses? Japura just now. I think SLIIT. Ratnaj, I think SLIIT they are offering, right? No.
Yeah, Jaipur, they might have.
In SLIIT, they are offering a email address.
Yeah, at SLIIT we have in the domain of at my.slit.lk. So guys, that is the power of university mails. So this spec cost a very huge amount that no one's gonna give you. So make sure that you go to your university email address and get this student developer pack from GitHub. It will actually help you academic. I am doing my final year research and I utilize my GitHub developer pack. So it will definitely help you to help your academic projects.
Yeah. So if you are you are eligible in this criteria, you can go to education.github.com and you must there will be prompting of form, and you must enter the credentials and the things, especially scan copy of your student identification card, and they are reviewing it actually. They are reviewing it, may cost about 2 weeks or 1 month, 2 months. It may be vary because people are busy at their work, and they are reviewing and get you informed. So I will give a flag if anyone can guess the value of the student pack in rupees or dollars. Anyone from the audience? In 2020, because year by year they are maintaining partnership with more companies, and the student developer at least getting high.
So can anyone tell the worth of the student developer pack in US dollars or Sri Lankan rupees? So if you guess it correctly, we will give you a prize. $100.
We got one answer.
No, GitHub is.
They are recommending to use their microphone. Oh, so it's time.
$100, not 200. It is.
So there was enough time for you just Google it.
It's way more than 200, 500.
Yeah, the approximate price of.
I think this is Bhavanta.
Bhavanta, you.
He had no chance.
We know that guy.
Why?
So it's not $200, it's $200K dollars. It means $200,000. Actually, it's in approximate in 370 million rupees in Sri Lankan rupees. So because it has content not in only the tools, it has contains training. So you can the trainings are more valuable things. It it costs more than tools, right? Because it's uh, because it takes you zero to hero, right? So that's why. So this total pack is totally free. So you can claim it, and yeah, thank you. So you can connect with me on my phone number, or Facebook, or any other platform. So I should thank especially for organizing this event, for especially for Mohan Rajapaksa and Hiran, and also Bhavanta from SLIIT. So we all discussed and all these GitHub Camper, they talked with us, GitHub Campus experts and things, others, for a good collaborative event. I think this is the first event in which is hosted by two universities, especially state and private university. So I request all students in SLIIT and as well as all universities sustain this collaboration because we are all talking about GitHub, and also it gives us message for collaborating, good collaborating, not individual works. So it's a good start. So we so expand this collaboration in Island Right. So thank you for especially for the organizing committee. Thanks.
So, do we have anything else to cover?
Anything to add?
No, we have done from our side. If any participants have any questions, they can ask. So it's happy to see that more than 100 participants are being in online, even though it is 8:30.
Hello. Hello.
Buddhika.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So this is not a question actually. So this is just a comment. So I'm Buddhika Prabhashana and graduated from Sabaragamuwa University last year and currently working as a software engineer at Arimac. So as past students, we are really happy to see these kind of events actually. And you have taken this step forward, guys, and there were a good number of participants as well, but now it's like around 100, right? So it could be a result of the attitude or the data packages.
Maybe,
okay,
maybe because
yeah,
of the power cut.
yeah, maybe. Okay, all credits goes to definitely to the organizers from SLIIT, FOSS, and SOX, and IEEE student branch, and CIs from our side. So I hope you all have got plenty of knowledge regarding the GitHub expert, FOSS and every stuff like these things. And you guys did amazing job actually. And Isruaya, my senior, and Amila, my junior, and one of my best buddies, Dilum, and thank you. And also Chamod and Safnaz as well. So very well done, guys. It's really good job. So I hope they all got plenty of knowledge regarding this. Everything you have explained it as crystal clear. And it would be better if audience engaged to this session than this, I guess. So because you should all be knowledge hunters. So since you are a tech students, and I believe Dilum will agree with me because we have talked about this before as well. And is Dilum there?
Yeah. I totally
okay.
agree because like let's say a few people from the audience, like including Buddhika, Isuru, Samod. When we at university, we went to meetups and like as I remember, we were Samod, Safnaj. We went to a lot of free events. We were listening to a lot of seniors when they are speaking, and we tried out a lot of things. Also, we made mistakes. It's not the first time I still remember I applied for Google Summer of Code many number of times, and in my final year only I could even go through it. So I know, like Buddhika, if we take Isuru, all of them are having a bad experience as well as a very good experience.
Yes,
So that's like, until you are trying, you don't know whether it's going to work or not. If you are not, today you got a lot of keywords like GitHub CLI, Hacktoberfest, and GitHub Universe, even a lot of tools that we showed like GitHub PR. Like until you try what is GitHub PR, you don't know how it works. So the main invitation from these kind of events is go ahead and try out, because don't wait until you get into the industry, because at that point it's going to affect your salary package and profile, all that. So before that, the university student, when you have that student label, you are in that kind of safe area where you can try out anything and make any mistake. So that's, I think,
definitely.
Yes.
So for the current students, they have everything in front of their doorstep, but at our time we have to reach Colombo to participate some events. So we left from our university around 3 a.m. and Israel and we know about this better than yeah. So but we have but I guess we have done more and we have gained more from them. So it's not a waste. And also okay, never mind. So I hope you all actively engage with the Hacktoberfest as they requested, and they have shown demos, and so just practice them. And the knowledge that you have gained related to JIT and JIT is really important. So and Israel talked about it, and as Safnaj said, from your personal projects, from your mini projects to the industrial project, definitely you will you should need this knowledge regarding the JIT and how to use them and the command line, everything. So actually you guys are really lucky to have knowledge regarding the JIT from the first year and the second year, from the beginning so from the beginner level. So finally, good luck with Hacktoberfest, guys. So thank you very much. So that's all.
Thank you, Aya, for your very positive feedback. And I have shared a link on the chat box where you have to provide your feedbacks for this event. So feedbacks will be
Safnaj, if you can copy the link to GitHub Universe, just please GitHub Universe link.
Yeah.
So yeah, because like why we are doing these sessions, guys, like there's a day where your team lead or the senior engineer comes to you and give you a link related to your project once you join the industry. Mali, this is the link, get a clone, read the readme, and make sure you have a look in the issues and try to fix some bugs. So that could be the main conversation that you are getting with your senior at the first day at the office. So in order to survive from that particular environment, you need Git knowledge. Not only that, when you are a student, to take part in any open source competition, any free stuff, conferences, to get some recognition, you need this Git and GitHub related workflow. You need to have a proper knowledge in Git and GitHub. So yeah, if you all have anything, just ping us. You have Isuru, Padmal, myself, including Samod and Safna, Jamila. Not only that, any senior in your university like Buddhika, there are a lot of people. Like, don't be shy to ask from someone, because that's the main step that you have to take. Like, go ahead and ask him from someone. If you know any tech expert, like let's say Angular, Sajid Taranaya, let's say Golang from Samod, Flutter from myself, and if you have anything related to React or Cloud from Isru or Buddhika. So likewise, if you know anyone, just go ahead and ping them, because that's how everyone learned. That's how we also did. So yeah. Anything else to add, Isru, Padma, Safnath, Samod?
Yeah, I think that's all. I think.
That's one thing.
Yes, we need feedback. What we need is go and make PRs. That's what we need as feedback.
Amila, what were you saying?
Yeah. So who are interested in contributing? We have some repositories in Sabaragamuwa University. So you can go here and contribute. I think the demo shown by Sapna, which is in this course. So you can also go here and contribute. There are some projects done by the teams which in Let Me Hack. So if you are familiar with these languages and technologies, you can go and contribute. That's it.
Cool.
Well, no questions from the audience so far. Shall we wind up then?
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, Oliver.
Yeah, I'm Piyumi from Department of Computing and Information Systems. Actually, I'm the Senior Treasurer of the Society of Computer Sciences. There. I think this is a very useful session, and I hope this will be an eye-opening session for all the newbies. So I take this opportunity to thank you all, especially on behalf of the department. I think I need to thank all GitHub experts here and Sri Lankan GitHub community. And I'm also really happy to see if you are GitHub expert from SUSL and for the resources of the session. Also, let me to thank FOSS community for collaborating with us today. Thank you so much, SLIIT. I need to thank SOX for arranging this collaboration, Mohan, Satir, and all the members there. And we hope we'll be able to have few more interactive sessions like this in the future, especially physically. And we are really glad to have you all in the session. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Oshadi, over to you.
Yeah, from our end, on behalf of all the campus experts, we would like to thank for having us in the event as well, because like, this is a tough time for all of us. So like, even though it's tough to connecting everyone online, so and having make sure that Sri Lanka is participating for these kind of events, and Sri Lankan participation and the spirit is out there in the open source community. And yeah, for helping to having these kind of events, I would like to thank SLIIT and also Sabaragamuwa University and the people behind this. It can be lecturers, the senior department heads, or any academic staff, also from the SLIIT end, any community leads, also the first community and all that. So thank you all for having us and inviting us, and make sure that event is going well and the participants are getting connected to the event. And yeah, thanks. Thank you all again on behalf of all the GitHub campus experts.
Oshadi, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Dr. Piyumi Shankar, Senior Treasurer of Society of Computer Science, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, for being with us today. Now we have reached the end of our event. Thank you all for joining with us today. Hope you all got something new. And don't forget to contribute Hacktoberfest. So until the next time, stay safe. Good night. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night. Bye.
See you guys. Good night. Have a great day.
and a week.
Okay, bye then. Good night.